The Application Life Cycle Risk Management Podcast, Episode 17. You aren't going to need it. One of the design principles in software development is to only write what you need today. This has taken on the moniker of Yagni. You aren't going to need it. The question is, in what ways do we violate this principle? The most obvious solution where we tend to violate Yagni is in feature creep. We design in a new end-user feature that seems really cool to us. We may even try to sell the end user into believing they need the feature. Maybe it's just eye candy. We can make this screen animate when it opens. Yeah, but is that a requirement or a nice to have? How much longer will it take to design that? How many more bugs will it introduce? I think most of us get Yagni at what I would call the visible feature level. That is, what the end user will see immediately. But where I think most of us get this wrong is at the code design and architecture level. I want to ask you a question. Do you have a tendency to over-architect your code? Now I know this is an impossible question to answer because I think all of us think we architect to just the right level. So what are some signs that you've gone too far? Well, one of them might be how you defend your decision to write your code in a particular way. If your answer is anything remotely like, well, we might need it to do, you're probably over-architecting. For example, when you write your code, are you thinking about all of the ways that it might be used in the future? That business rule you're writing, it might be used as a web service or need to be accessed by JSON. You never know. But really, unless you need it to do all of that stuff today, you're probably spending more time on the code you are writing than you need to. Why? Because most of the time, all of those, we might need it to, never happen. And when they do happen, they happen in an entirely unexpected way that you can't possibly foresee. But it will save time. Yeah, really? Will it? If your code is so complex that adding in the "it might need to" in the future is going to take more time than adding it now, you probably have a fundamental problem with your code. Worse, as mentioned above, you will probably never need it anyhow. So, you've spent extra time now to save time you wouldn't even spend in the future if you were to just wait until you actually needed it. Aren't you busy enough with deadlines as it is? So then the next question is, how do we prevent over-architecting? Simple. You write unit tests for all of the code you are writing. If you're writing code so that it can be accessed in multiple ways, you'll need to write tests to prove that it can be accessed in multiple ways. Are you willing to do that? When the tests need to be updated to reflect new business requirements, are you going to want to update all of them? So the next time you or someone you know says, "It might need to," maybe you should ask them what the chances of them needing that really are, and is it worth spending the extra time on it now?